Periva Sharanam. Today we are going to see the fifth sloka of Soundarya Lahari. As usual, we will be reciting the first four slokas first and then going to the fifth sloka.
Shivashaktya yukto yadi bhavati shaktah prabhavitum na chedevam devo na khalu kushalaspanditum atastvamadhyam harihara virinchadibhirapi pranantum stotum va kathamakೃತ punyah prabhavati taniyam sampamsum tava charana pankeruha bhavam virinchis sanchinvan virachayati lokana vikalam vahatyenam shaurihi kathamapi sahasrena shirasam harasam kshudyainam bhajati bhasitodhulana vidhim avidyanamantastimiramihiraddvipanagari jadanam chaitanyastabakamakkarandasrutijari daridranam chintamani gunanika janma jaladhau nimagnanam damshtra muraripuvarahasya bhavati twadhanyah panibhyam abhayavarado daivataganaha tvameka naivasi prakatitavarabhityabhinaya bhayatratum datum phalamapi cha vanchasamadhikam sharanye lokanam tavahi charanaveva nipunau haristvamadhya 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 pranata jana saubhagya jananim pranata jana saubhagya jananim pranata jana saubhagya jananim puranari bhutva puranari bhutva puranari bhutva puraripumapi क्षोभमनयत् पुररिपुमपि क्षोभमनयत् पुररिपुमपि क्षोभमनयत् स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा मुनीनामप्यन्तः 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 प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम् प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम् प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम्. அடுத்தது இந்த ஸ்லோகத்தை முழுசா ஒரு தடவை சொல்லி அப்புறம் 2 தடவை திரும்பி சாண்ட் பண்ண போகிறோம். ஹரிஸ்த்வாமாராத்ய प्रणतजनसौभाग्यजननीं पुराणारी भूत्वा पुररिपुमपि क्षोभमनयत् स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा मुनीनामप्यन्तः प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम्. हरिस्त्वामाराध्य प्रणतजनसौभाग्यजननीम् पुरानारी भूत्वा पुररिपुमपि क्षोभमनयत् स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा मुनीनामप्यन्तः प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम् हरिस्त्वामाराध्य प्रणतजनसौभाग्यजननीम् पुरानारी भूत्वा पुररिपुमपि क्षोभमनयत् स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा मुनीनामप्यन्तः प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम्.
Now we will be seeing the meaning of the fifth shloka that we learned today. In the last shloka that we saw, Acharya has brought out the importance of the lotus feet of Ambal, how powerful it is, and in the process he gives us a hint or points us to the Atidevata of the shloka. Atidevata is the Devi or the Swarupa of the Devi which is being described in this poetry. Now we have various Swarupams of Devi like Parvati, Mahalakshmi, Lalita Tripura Sundari, Saraswati, etc. So here Acharya in the fourth sloka is trying to point to us without mentioning it directly to us about which Devi Rupam is being described in his poetry. This is explained very beautifully by Maha where he says that Adi Shankaracharya describes the power of the lotus feet of Ambal, which not only gives whatever we desire, more than whatever we desire, and also removes all the fears that we have. So Vara Abhayam, we saw that. If the feet are doing this, so Vara and Abhaya mudras are not there, or it is not shown by Ambal in her hands. So let us now focus our attention on one of the murtis of Devi, which is Maha Tripura Sundari. She is the one who is beautiful in all the worlds, the name means. She is the most beautiful lady in the whole of Prapancha. Lalita Sahasranama describes her very extensively, and in the first few lines of starting of the shloka itself, it says Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha Chaturbahu Samanvita. So it says she has 4 hands. And what is there in those 4 hands? Ragaswarupa Pashadhya Krodha Kara Ankusha Ujjvala. So these 2. And then Manorupekshu Kodanda Pancha Tanmatra Sayaka. 2 plus 2 becomes 4. So in her 4 hands she is holding 4 things. What are they? They are Pasha Ankusham. So 2 are over. Then another 2 she is holding Ikshukodandam, that is a bow which is made of sugarcane, and Panchatanmatras in the form of bouquet of 5 flowers. She is holding it in another hand. Amba has 4 hands, and what are there in those 4 hands is defined by Lalita Sahasranamam. When she is sitting with this bow that is made of sugarcane, she is called as Kameshwari, or we can call her as Rajarajeshwari, Maha Tripura Sundari, or Lalita Parameshwari. In whatever name we call her, in this Murtam of Ambal, or in this form of Ambal, where she is sitting with a bow that is made up of sugarcane, it denotes to Lalita Tripura Sundari, who is the most beautiful deity or Devi in the whole of this prapancha. Adi Shankaracharya is trying to hint to us or mention to us without directly saying it to us that the Adidevata of Soundarya Lahari Shlokam is Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. He establishes it by saying that her feet alone is enough for providing Vara and Abhaya, and her hands are not showing those mudras as they are occupied with the 4 items that we told, that is established or defined in Lalita Sahasranama. The fact that her lotus feet itself is enough to provide us whatever we want in this world and in the afterworlds is also established in Lalita Sahasranamam as well, in the Nama Nakhadhidhiti Sanchanna Namajjana Tamoguna. This Nama mentions about the nails that are found in the lotus feet of Ambal, and the light that is produced by the nails itself is enough to ward away the darkness of our minds and bring about light in the mind or enlighten us who is doing puja to her. Such is the power of Ambal's lotus feet, and that is being brought out by Adi Shankaracharya in the 4th shloka. We are going to see the meaning of the 5th shloka that we learned today, where Adi Shankaracharya establishes the power of Ambal in another beautiful shloka. Hari Tvam Aradhya Pranata Jana Saubhagya Janani. This is the first line. Harihi Tvam Aradhya Pranata Jana Saubhagya Janani. In this, we will see Pranata Jana Saubhagya Janani first. Pranata Jana. In this Pranata, there is a root called Nat, which you can say as to go or something like we do Namaskaram. Pranata, when we add pra to it, it is like with an extra submissiveness, a special Namaskaram, a salutation that is offered with utmost respect. When a bhakta offers this very special Namaskaram with his utmost respect, how special? He is saluting Ambal with his mind, with his body, and with his words. For that kind of a bhakta, she is Saubhagya Janani. She blesses him with all kinds of prosperity, everything that he might require, all auspicious things and success in his life. Janani. Why Janani? She is the creator, or she is the place where all these Saubhagyas are born. So she creates these Saubhagyas for him. For a person who does not have anything, who is so poor, whether it is in the form of wealth or in the form of knowledge, that is jnanam, a person can be poor. She is the one who creates this Saubhagyams and bestows it upon the bhakta who is doing namaskara to her. Now we will go back to the words Harihi Tvam Aradhya. In this, Harihi is Mahavishnu. Tvam means you. Aradhya means worship. The whole sentence comes to the meaning that Hey Janani, who is the creator and bestower of all Saubhagya or auspicious things, to the people who bow to her. Pranata Jana. Jana is to the people. Hey Saubhagya Janani, Hari or Mahavishnu worshipped you to get what? That is given in the next line. Pura Nari Bhutva Puraripumapi Kshobhamanayat. Pura here means during the old times, or when we start a story, how do we say it? Once upon a time, long ago, so long ago, that way. Pura means sometime before. Nari Bhutva. Nari means lady, a woman. Nowadays we are also able to hear this word in many places like Nari Shakti, etc. Bhutva, Bhu, Bhava, etc. are the roots for to become. So Bhutva is he became or took the form of. Now let us put all these things together. Hari or Mahavishnu had worshipped you some time back, and he took the form of a Nari or a woman or a lady, and he continues Bhutva. What did he do? Puraripumapi kshobham anayat. How do you split this? Puraripum api kshobham anayat. What does Pura means? It denotes the three asuras or the three cities that was held by the asuras. Pura Ripu. Ripu is enemy here. We have seen this word earlier also in one of the shlokas where it says Mura Ripu. That is Lord Mahavishnu, who is the enemy to Mura Asura. Here it is given as Pura Ripu. So Pura means Tripura Asuras or the three demon cities. Who is the enemy for these Tripura Asuras? It is Lord Parameshwara or Lord Shiva, and he destroyed them. The next letter is Api. It is added here to say that even Lord Parameshwara or Lord Shiva, who is the destroyer of the Tripura Asuras or who is the enemy to the Tripura Asuras, the next words are Kshobham Anayat. Kshobham means there is a disturbance that is being created, or to make your mind unsteady, to move or cause some kind of an emotion effect. Anayat, he got that. Even Lord Parameshwara, who is the destroyer or who is the enemy to the Tripurasuras, was moved or disturbed or made unsteady. That is Kshobham Anayat. There is also a Nama in Lalita Sahasranamam which says Kshobhini Sukshma Rupini. So what does Kshobham mean here? Whether it is good or bad? What is the purpose of creating this kind of a movement or chalana inside the minds of people, or creating a feeling of unsteadiness? The details of this is described very extensively in Lalita Sahasranama exposition that was done in Tamil. So those people who want to hear it and who will be able to understand it can go and check the Lalita Sahasranama exposition that is given in Kanchi Periva Forum, Tamil channel. We are referring it here because Shobhini, she is the one who creates that movement inside. So if your mind has to get unsteady, for that also Ambal or Shakti has to be inside you to create even that. If Lord Vishnu had to do that part of creating this chanchala in the mind of Lord Parameshwara, then he has to get that Shakti from Ambal only. Because she is the one who gives that Shakti, so he has to go and worship Ambal. Why did Mahavishnu have to create this kind of an unrest or a movement inside the mind of Parameshwara? There is an old Puranic story to it. Lord Shiva, after the destruction of Tripurasuras, was still very angry. He was unable to control that anger. He finished the samhara of the Tripurasuras, but still he was unable to calm down. All the other asuras who were there, the whole asura clan, got so scared that the whole clan itself is going to get destroyed because of the anger of Lord Parameshwara. See, Asura clan is also like any other species in this earth. We have both good and bad people in the society, but doesn't mean that everyone who is bad is a threat to the society. Not every Asura is a threat to the society or mankind. Now, Bhagavan punishes or destroys those who go totally against dharma or who is a hindrance to the path of dharma, who does a lot of problems to those who follow the path of dharma, etc. So if you are just like any other person living and doing your things without any problems to others or to the dharmic way of life, it is not a problem. You are like any other species in this living world. So all the asuras of the clan became so scared. They fell into the lotus feet of Mahavishnu and said, now the whole clan of asuras is going to die because Lord Parameshwara is so angry and he is unable to calm down after the destruction of Tripurasuras, and because of that now we don't have any other way to escape. Mahavishnu, who is the savior of this world, he is entrusted with the responsibility of taking care of everyone in this world, or rakshanam of. So someone comes and does Sharanagati to Mahavishnu, he is bound to save them. He is thinking what to do now. How are we going to calm down Lord Parameshwara? At this time, sage Narada visits Lord Mahavishnu, who is very confused, tensed and sad because he has to find out some idea to calm down Lord Parameshwara, who is very angry. Generally, Parameshwara is known to get very angry quickly. He is now very angry and he is unable to find out a way to calm him down. So Narada says, Lord, don't be so confused or sad. We can find out an idea. We have to somehow disturb his mind with some other emotion which will make him happy and will help him to calm down. So that is possible only with the help of Kshobhini or Ambal, and so he teaches Lord Narayana with a few ways and mantras and japas to worship Devi. Narayana also does the same thing. Because of his upasana of Ambal, he gets the power to transform into a very beautiful woman. Now we can ask or think why Lord Narayana had to do upasana of Ambal to become into a beautiful woman. It is Ambal or Tripura Sundari who is the most beautiful of all women in the world. You cannot even say someone who is near to her, beauty. If you have to get something, you will have to go and ask the owner of it. Now only they can give you what you require. If the person does not have it, how will they give? In the same way, Ambal is the only woman in the whole of Prapancha who is the most beautiful. For that, Lord Narayana did upasana of Ambal and he was able to get that power to transform himself into a beautiful woman. This whole line is given so that we can be reminded of this story of Tripura Samharam, of what happened after Tripura Samharam, and then how Lord Vishnu did upasana of Ambal in order to get a beautiful lady form. Otherwise, Adi Acharya could have used any other name of Lord Shiva, like Parameshwara, Ishvara, something like that he could have used. We will be easily reminded of all the story and understand the reason for Lord Narayana doing puja to Ambal. That is why in the sloka it is given as Harihi Tvam Aradhya. Lord Hari worshipped you for Puranari Bhutva, becoming a lady in the old times. Puraripumapi Kshobhamanayat. for creating a distraction or a movement in the mind of Lord Parameshwara, who was the destroyer of the Tripurasuras. The form that Lord Narayana got was the most beautiful lady who is called as Mohini. She was the most beautiful like Ambal. Because she got it from Ambal, she was looking so beautiful that everyone was fascinated at the sight of her. It is worthy for us to note here and learn that there are 4 stages of mokshagati or stages of liberation. They are Salokyam, Samipyam, Sarupam, Sayudyam. Salokyam is being in the same world or residing in the same heaven with the deity that we are connected with. Samipyam is being very near to the deity or in the vicinity of the surrounding of the deity whom we are worshipping. Third stage is Sarupyam, which is actually becoming like the deity itself, taking the rupam of the deity itself. Narayana, with the upasana of Ambal, by doing the upasana of Ambal, becomes like Ambal herself with so much of beauty and grace that he becomes Mohini. We see that the same Mohini avatar is what Mahavishnu takes during the time of this churning of the Parkadal. At that time, Devas and Asuras start fighting for the Amrit that comes out of the Milky Ocean, and it's finally Mahavishnu takes the form of Mohini, and she diverts the attention of the Asuras. With her beauty, she fascinates all the Asuras, and they are being tricked and given something else instead of Amrita. And the Devas are given the Amrita. For the sake of Lokarakshanam, this Mohini avatar is again taken, and in this story itself we can find that Lord Shiva also gets fascinated by Mohini, and we have the avataram of Ayyappa, Lord Ayyappa, who is Hariharaputra. The Tattvartha or the deeper meaning of this story is totally different, and it is very difficult for us to decipher and understand. It is totally a different subject, and we should not think it in a very narrow and crude terms of just love or lust. We will have to consider it as more of Lokarakshanam and for protection of dharma in the world. For now, it is enough if we know about this story and we understand to this extent and not go into such deep concepts and try to decipher them. Even in Lalita Sahasranamam, we have a nama called Mohini, Mrugakshi Mohini Mukhya. That also says Amba as Mohini itself. Proper understanding of the concept and not undermining it to worldly affairs, to human affairs is a proper way of seeing it. The next line is Maropi Tvam Natva Ratinayana Lehyena Vapusha. We can split this as Smaraha Api Tvam Natva. Tvam Natva. In the first line also we say Tvam Aradhya. Same way here also Tvam Natva. That is Natva is Namaha or salutation. So Hari saluted you, he praised you, he did puja to you, and he got the form of Mohini. And here who is saluting? Smaraha is also saluting. Along with Hari, Smaraha is also saluting. That is Smaraha Api. Smaraha is Manmatha. So Smaraha Api Tvam Natva. Manmatha also, by doing puja to you, Rati Nayana Lehyena Vapusha. Rati, we know, one, she is the wife of Manmatha. Second thing, we can say any lady who is looking very nice, beautiful and graceful can be compared to Rati. We say you're looking like Rati. Someone who is very graceful, we can tell that she is looking like Rati. Rati Nayana. Nayanam means eyes. Lehyena Vapusha. Vapusha means body. the deha that we see. Leshyena vapusha. Manmata gets a very likable or very handsome form. Rati nayana leshyena vapusha, which is liked by women like Rati. The whole meaning of the line now will come as, Hey Devi, by saluting you like Lord Hari, Manmata gets a very handsome form, a handsome body, which is being liked by all the ladies who are very beautiful like Rati. These beautiful ladies, they keep watching Manmata because he looks very handsome. Now, when we see the fourth shloka and the fifth shloka together, whatever was said in fourth shloka, along with that, if we see what is being said in this shloka, Lord Narayana does upasana of Ambal and she gets the Mohini Rupam, where Ambal herself is Shobhini. Again here Manmata also getting a very handsome, very likable form or body with the blessings of Devi. When we see all this, we can very clearly say that the Adhidevata of this shloka is Kameshwari, where she is holding a sugarcane bow who gives protection to Manmata or who gives life to Manmata. This line in the shloka also reminds us of that story where Ambal saves Manmata from the wrath of Lord Shiva. Lalita Sahasranamam also speaks about this in the Nama Haranetragni Sandabdha Kama Sanjeevan Aushadihi. Ambal or Lalita Parameswari is the medicine, that is the Aushadi or Sanjeevani Aushadi to Kameshwara, who gets burnt by Lord Parameshwara's opening of the third eye. Ambal takes pity on Manmata and gives back his form. This Manmathan who gets back such a beautiful form, such a handsome form, what he does, the next line says that Muninam apyantaha prabhavati hi mohaya mahatam. We can split this as Muninam api antaha prabhavati hi mohaya mahatam. You will first see the meaning of mahatam. Mahatam means great, very big. Then Muninam, we know it is sages. Now, next word is api antaha. So here, if we say antaha api, if we reverse this, it will give you more meaning. That is, mahatam muninam antaha api. Great sages or very big sages, even within them. Why it is said even sages? It is very easy for Manmata to create a disturbance in the mind of ordinary human beings. But here, Acharya is saying that even inside the mind of big, very big sages or very revered sages, he gets so much power is implied here. Mohaya bhavati. So even in the minds of very great sages, Manmata gets so much power from Ambal, he is able to create a disturbance or chanchala in those minds. In the first line, we saw that Hari or Mahavishnu is able to bring in the mind of Parameshwara a disturbance or a chanchala. He took the form of Mohini after the Upasana of Ambal and he was able to do that. In the second line, we see that Manmatha also did Upasana of Ambal and he got the power to disturb the minds of even very big or revered sages who keep themselves away from all human activities and who do a lot of tapas and who have lot of self-control, just like Parameshwara, who can actually be equated to these sages, because Shiva is known to be a very undisturbed person or a person who remains in tapas. The same way, Manmata also gets the power by doing upasana to create a disturbance in the minds of these very revered sages who are almost equal to the stage of Lord Parameshwara. The real substance of the sloka lies in us in understanding that those who do good upasana or puja to Ambal get the power to become like Ambal herself. That is how Lord Vishnu became like Ambal, so beautiful like Ambal, and took the avatara of Mohini. And Manmatha, who is very handsome, is because he did puja to Ambal, and Ambal gave anugraham to Manmatha, and with that power he even disturbs the minds of big sages who are against all these human and earthly wants. We are also reminded of the sloka from Devi Mahatmyam. It says, Jnaninam api chetamsi Devi Bhagavati Hisa Baladakrisya Mohaya Mahamaya Prayachati. This sloka says Ambal to be a great power who can get into the minds and play with the minds of even very learned sages with the Maya Shakti that she has, and make them get into the vicious circle of these worldly desires. Such is the power of the Parashakti, who can shake even the minds of such great sages. So we can say that anyone, any jnani, any great person who thinks that he has a lot of control, self-control, everything, even his mind is in the hands of Parashakti. The Maya Shakti is so powerful, all powerful, that even such people, their minds are disturbed. Such people cannot escape the Maya Shakti of Ambal. We have to understand that Ambal, who has so much of Mahashakti to create this kind of ripples in our minds, is the only person who can also remove all such disturbances, remove us from all these worldly desires, because she is the one who has the power to create such feelings in you. If we go and fall into the feet of Ambal, we make Sharanagati to Ambal, she is the only one who can do away with all these feelings. She is the creator, and so only she can destroy such feelings from our hearts. Let us all take refuge in the lotus feet of Ambal to free us from all these worldly desires and lead a peaceful, happy and contented life. Periva Sharanam.